You know exactly what you need to do, but you just can't get yourself to do it. Hours pass, days slip away, and that task stays untouched. But what if I told you the problem isn't your motivation, it's your mindset? In a few minutes, I'll show you a simple shift that forces you into action, even when you don't feel like it. Because if you don't change this now, you'll keep watching your potential slip through your fingers. The power of taking action. There exists a fundamental misunderstanding about success, a belief that one must first be inspired to act. This is a fatal misconception. Success is not reserved for those who wait for motivation. Rather, it belongs to those who cultivate the discipline to act regardless of their emotional state. The truth is simple. Motivation follows movement. It is not the cause of action, but the effect. Many believe they must feel ready before embarking on their journey toward success. They wait for the perfect moment, the right opportunity, or a surge of inspiration that may never arrive. This hesitation is the primary reason so many fail to achieve their goals. The successful, however, operate differently. They understand that action precedes clarity. By taking the first step, they uncover the path forward. Each action reveals new opportunities and insights that were previously hidden in the fog of inaction. A young man once sought financial success, but found himself trapped by hesitation. He studied, prepared, and strategized, yet his plans remained unexecuted. He waited for inspiration to strike, believing that only then would he possess the confidence to proceed. But the truth is, confidence is built through action. It is not a prerequisite, but a result. One cannot think their way into success. They must act their way into it. History is filled with examples of men who acted boldly despite uncertainty. Thomas Edison did not wait for inspiration to perfect the electric light bulb. He experimented relentlessly, allowing each failure to bring him closer to success. Henry Ford did not hesitate until the automobile industry proved profitable. Harry acted with conviction and reshaped the world. The defining trait of these men was not their ability to summon motivation, but their willingness to act in its absence. When a man acts, he engages with reality in a way that thought alone never allows. He sees what works, what does not, and what must be adjusted. Each step taken eliminates doubt and replaces it with knowledge. In contrast, the man who waits for motivation remains stagnant, ensnared in the web of overthinking and self-doubt. The biggest challenge is always the first step. The initial resistance, whether in business, personal development, or any endeavor, feels insurmountable. But the moment one pushes past it, the force of momentum takes over. The mind rewards movement with clarity and conviction. What once seemed impossible becomes inevitable. A salesman who hesitates before making his first call finds himself paralyzed by fear. But if he forces himself to dial the number, something remarkable happens. The fear diminishes, his confidence grows, and with each subsequent call, the process becomes easier. He did not wait for motivation. He acted, and motivation followed. This principle applies universally. The entrepreneur who launches his venture without complete certainty, the writer who begins before inspiration strikes, the speaker who takes the stage despite nerves, all succeed, not because they felt ready, but because they refused to let inaction dictate their fate. The path to success is not illuminated by motivation. It is carved by disciplined action. The man who masters this truth understands that waiting is the enemy of progress. He acts whether he feels like it or not, knowing that motivation will always catch up to those already moving. Overcoming fear and doubt. Fear is the enemy of progress. It stands like a shadow at the threshold of every great endeavor, whispering doubts into our ears. What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? It murmurs, planting seeds of hesitation in our minds. But here's the truth. Fear is a liar. Most of what we fear never actually happens. And even if it does, so what? Failure is not the end. It is merely a stepping stone on the path to success. Every successful person you admire has failed more times than they can count. The difference between them and those who remain paralyzed by fear is simple. They kept moving forward. They refused to let fear dictate their actions. They understood that progress is born from action, not from endless contemplation. The first step is always the hardest, but it is also the most crucial. Taking that step, even while afraid, is what separates the achievers from the dreamers. Fear shrinks when you move toward it. It thrives in the unknown, growing in power the longer you hesitate. But the moment you take action, its grip weakens. This is because courage isn't the absence of fear. It is taking action despite fear. Think about the worst-case scenario. Can you handle it? The answer is almost always yes. Human beings are far more resilient than they give themselves credit for. Most failures are recoverable. Most mistakes can be corrected. And in the rare case that things go truly wrong, the experience still provides valuable lessons that pave the way for future success. Fear feeds on hesitation. The longer you wait, the stronger it becomes. That's why procrastination is fear's greatest ally. The mind magnifies the imagined consequences of failure, making them seem insurmountable. But the only way to beat fear is to act immediately. Action is the antidote to fear. Even small, consistent actions begin to dissolve it. Every step forward, no matter how small, chips away at the illusion of fear's power. Think of fear as a wall that seems unscalable at first glance. From a distance, it appears intimidating and impenetrable. But as you approach it, you begin to see the cracks. And when you take action, when you start climbing, it turns out the wall was never as high as it seemed. Fear deceives you into believing progress is impossible, when in reality, the only thing standing in your way is inaction. Take Edwin C. Barnes, for example, a man with a burning desire to work with Thomas Edison. Barnes had no money, no connections, and no clear path to success. He had only a vision and unwavering determination. He could have let fear stop him, but instead, he took action. He boarded a freight train, arrived at Edison's office, and boldly declared his intent to become his business partner. Though he was initially given a low-level job, he never let go of his dream. Years later, when the opportunity arose, Barnes seized it and became a key figure in Edison's business. His story is proof that fear loses its power when met with decisive action. So, how do you overcome fear? The answer is simple. Face it head-on. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. There is no such thing. The only way to diminish fear is to act. Break your goal into smaller steps and tackle them one by one. With each action you take, fear loses its hold on you. The more you confront it, the weaker it becomes. Before long, what once seemed terrifying turns into just another challenge to overcome. The truth is, fear only has power if you let it stop you. The greatest enemy of progress is not failure, but the refusal to try. The choice is yours. Will you let fear dictate your future? Or will you take control and move forward despite it? The answer will determine the trajectory of your life. Choose wisely. Choose action. Choose progress. Destroying procrastination. How many times have you told yourself, "I'll start tomorrow"? How often has tomorrow turned into next week, next month, or next year? Before you realize it, time slips away, leaving you with nothing but unfulfilled plans and lost potential. The truth is, the perfect moment you're waiting for does not exist. The sooner you accept this, the sooner you can take control of your life. Procrastination is a silent thief. It disguises itself as preparation, perfectionism, or the need for ideal conditions. You tell yourself you need more time, more knowledge, more confidence. But the longer you wait, the harder it becomes to start. Every delay strengthens the habit of inaction. The only way to break free is to take action now, no matter how messy or small. One imperfect action is worth more than 100 perfect intentions. Start by implementing the 5-minute rule. Commit to working on something for just 5 minutes. That's all. No pressure, no overthinking. Once you begin, you'll likely keep going. Momentum is powerful. It transforms hesitation into progress. The hardest part of any task is the beginning, but once you push past the initial resistance, everything becomes easier. Discipline is key. Distractions are everywhere. Social media, notifications, endless entertainment. If you don't control your environment, it will control you. Set clear deadlines. Break big tasks into smaller, manageable steps. Prioritize consistency over perfection. Small daily efforts compound over time and create massive results. Success isn't about doing something once in a while. It's about showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it. Accountability is your ally. Tell someone about your goals. Track your progress. Write things down. When you make a commitment to yourself and others, you create a sense of responsibility that makes it harder to give up. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't talent. It's the ability to take action without waiting for the right mood or perfect conditions. Time is your most valuable resource. Every moment you waste waiting is a moment you'll never get back. Your future is shaped right now by what you choose to do or not do. Will you continue to wait, or will you take control and start today? The choice is yours. But remember this: tomorrow is not promised. The only time you truly have is now. So stop waiting. Stop planning endlessly. Take the first step, no matter how small, no matter how imperfect, because action beats inaction every single time. Building self-discipline. Discipline isn't about forcing yourself to suffer. It's about training yourself to win. It's a mindset, a commitment to excellence, and an unwavering belief in your ability to persevere. Every time you show up for yourself, you prove that you can trust yourself. That trust builds confidence, and confidence fuels success. The key to discipline isn't about making yourself miserable. It's about reinforcing habits that lead to victory. The more you push through discomfort, the easier it gets. The first time you step into discomfort, it feels unbearable. Your mind screams at you to stop, to seek comfort. To return to safety is the mind's first urge when discomfort hits. But if you resist that urge, if you push through even when it's hard, you begin to reshape your mental landscape. You rewire your brain to embrace challenges rather than flee from it. Over time, what once seemed impossible becomes second nature. You develop resilience, a mental toughness that turns obstacles into stepping stones. Discipline isn't about doing what you feel like doing. It's about doing what needs to be done, regardless of how you feel. If you rely on motivation, you'll be at the mercy of your emotions. Motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes like the wind. Discipline is different. It doesn't depend on mood or enthusiasm. It's a conscious decision to take action whether you feel like it or not. You don't negotiate with your emotions. You don't wait until you feel ready. You don't look for excuses. You simply take action. When the alarm goes off in the morning, you get up. When it's time to work, you work. When challenges arise, you face them head-on. This ability to act, despite how you feel, is what separates the successful from the stagnant. Success isn't built on motivation. It's built on consistency. Anyone can be motivated for a day, a week, or even a month. But what happens when the excitement fades? When the honeymoon phase is over? That's when discipline takes over. Discipline isn't about grand gestures or fleeting bursts of inspiration. It's about showing up day in and day out, even when you don't feel like it. Consistency is the foundation of all greatness. People who achieve their dreams aren't necessarily the most talented or gifted. They're the ones who refuse to quit. They keep going even when progress is slow. even when they're tired, even when no one is watching. Discipline is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Like any muscle, it requires training, repetition, and effort. If you want to become disciplined, you have to practice discipline. Start small. Wake up when you say you will. Stick to your commitments. Do the work even when you don't feel like it. These small acts of self-discipline compound over time. They create a sense of personal integrity, knowing that you can count on yourself. Once you develop that trust, your potential becomes limitless. The greatest rewards come to those who do what needs to be done long after the initial excitement wears off. Anyone can start something, but few finish. The world is full of people who begin with enthusiasm only to abandon their goals when the journey gets tough. True discipline is endurance. It's about staying the course even when you no longer feel like it, even when the path is uncertain, even when progress is invisible. That's when breakthroughs happen. That's when you separate yourself from the rest. Self-discipline is the bridge between your goals and your accomplishments. It's the silent force that carries you from where you are to where you want to be. Without it, dreams remain dreams. With it, anything is possible. Discipline isn't punishment. It's a gift, the ultimate form of self-respect, the highest act of self-love. It's the key to unlocking your fullest potential. Train yourself to win, and there will be no limits to what you can achieve. Using pain as fuel, pain is a powerful teacher. It can either break you or build you, and the choice is yours. When faced with adversity, you have two options: succumb to your suffering or rise above it stronger than before. Pain is inevitable. Growth is optional. How you respond to life's challenges determines your trajectory. You can let setbacks turn you bitter, or use them to make you better. Every successful person has faced rejection, loss, and failure. No one reaches the pinnacle of success without scars. The difference between those who make it and those who don't is simple. They don't let pain stop them. Instead, they use it as fuel. Pain becomes their fire, forging them into something greater. It sharpens the mind, strengthens the spirit, and hardens the resolve. When others crumble, they rise. The next time life knocks you down, don't stay down. Get up with renewed determination. Let pain push you to be stronger, sharper, and more relentless than ever. Growth is never comfortable, and that's why pain is essential. It forces you to evolve. It stretches you beyond your limits. It shatters complacency. The best lessons come from struggle, not ease. Pain carves wisdom into your soul, molding you into who you're meant to become. Discomfort is the birthplace of transformation. When you're in pain, you're in transition. In these moments, you must decide: will pain consume you, or will you harness it? Most people run from pain. The wise see pain as an ally, the force that pushes you forward when nothing else will. When you learn to embrace hardship, you gain an edge over those who shrink from difficulty. You become unshakable. Reframing pain as part of the process changes everything. You no longer fear it. You stop seeing it as the enemy and start recognizing it as your guide. Pain is not the end of the road. It's the beginning of something greater. When you use pain as motivation, you push beyond what you thought possible. You tap into a reservoir of strength you never knew you had. You become unstoppable. Think of the most resilient people in history. They all have one thing in common. They turned their pain into power. They faced rejection and used it to sharpen their skills. They suffered loss and deepened their purpose. They endured failure and used it as a stepping stone to success. Pain became their teacher, shaping them into legends. You have that same power inside you. You are capable of more than you realize, but only if you embrace the struggle. Don't shy away from the fire. Step into it. Let it forge you into something greater. Every time you feel pain, remind yourself, this is where transformation happens. This is where I grow. This is where I become the person I was meant to be. Life will test you. It will throw obstacles in your path. You will have moments when the pain feels unbearable. But remember, pain isn't here to destroy you. It's here to build you, to shape you into someone unbreakable. So when the storm comes, and it will, stand tall, face the pain. Don't cower. Don't retreat. Embrace it. Use it. Turn it into the fuel that drives you forward. Because in the end, pain is not your enemy. It is your greatest teacher. Setting clear goals, if you don't know where you're going, you'll never get there. Life without goals is like sailing without a compass, adrift, aimless, and stuck. Goals give you direction, purpose, and something real to strive for. They cut through distractions and ensure every step moves you closer to the life you want. But setting goals isn't enough. You must define them with precision. Vague wishes like, I want to be successful, or I want to be happy, lack structure. Instead, set clear, specific, measurable goals. What exactly do I want to achieve? By when? How will I measure progress? The more specific you are, the easier it is to create a clear path forward. Once your goals are set, break them into actionable steps. A big vision can feel overwhelming, but smaller tasks make it achievable. Each step builds momentum, turning the impossible into inevitable. Action is key. Without it, goals remain dreams, fading wishes. Take action every day, no matter how small. Consistency compounds, creating massive results. Success doesn't always come from talent or intelligence. It comes from refusing to quit. A goal without a plan is just a wish. To turn aspirations into reality, write your goals down. This simple act boosts commitment and clarity. Break goals into monthly, weekly, and daily tasks. This keeps progress steady and blocks procrastination. Perfection is the enemy of progress. Don't wait to be flawless. Learn from setbacks, adjust, and keep moving. Growth comes from action, not hesitation. Hold yourself accountable. Track your progress honestly. If needed, find a mentor, coach, or accountability partner. Celebrate small wins. They prove you're on the right path and fuel motivation. Goals give clarity and purpose, but only action makes them real. Most people fail, not for lack of ability, but because they don't act consistently. Define your goals, make a plan, take action every day. Success isn't luck. It's the inevitable result of relentless effort. If you refuse to quit, commit to progress, and stay disciplined, success isn't possible. It's guaranteed. Developing an unbreakable mindset. Your mindset is the foundation of everything you do. It decides if you rise to challenges or collapse under pressure. A weak mindset is like a house on sand, fragile, shaky, quick to fall. A strong mindset is unshakable. It thrives in adversity and turns obstacles into stepping stones. Every challenge is an opportunity, if you choose to see it that way. Life will test you with setbacks, failures, and unexpected hardships. A fragile mindset sees these as reasons to quit. Proof success is impossible. A strong mindset sees difficulties as lessons. Failure doesn't break you. It teaches you. It reveals weaknesses to fix and strategies to refine. Winners aren't those who avoid failure. They're the ones who embrace it, learn, and come back stronger. Your thoughts build your reality. Tell yourself, I can't, and you create a prophecy of failure. Believe in your ability to overcome, and you unlock hidden reserves of strength and resilience. The mind shapes your actions and controls your results. It all starts with what you choose to believe. A growth mindset is the secret weapon of high achievers. It sees potential everywhere. It doesn't see abilities as fixed, but as things you can develop with effort and learning. People with this mindset keep improving, evolving, and never settle for staying the same. They welcome challenges because they know struggle builds strength. Every difficulty becomes a tool for personal transformation. Strengthening your mindset means feeding it the right thoughts. Just like a strong body needs good nutrition, a strong mind needs the right influences. Surround yourself with positivity, people who uplift you, books that inspire you, and messages that fuel your ambition. Cut out negativity relentlessly. The company you keep, the content you consume, and the words you tell yourself all shape your mental state. Toxic influences poison your mindset and drain your potential. Success isn't just about skill or talent. Many talented people fail because they lack the mindset to persevere. True success belongs to those who refuse to quit. The person who keeps going despite obstacles, who gets back up after every fall, who pushes forward no matter what. It's not about being the smartest or most gifted. It's about refusing to give up. When you build a mindset that never surrenders, nothing can stop you. Challenges will come. They won't defeat you. Failures will happen. They won't define you. Doubts will creep in. They won't control you, because you have built mental strength. And with that, you can conquer anything. Mindset is everything. Train it, protect it, strengthen it. Watch your life transform in ways you never imagined possible. Surround yourself with winners. You become like the people you spend the most time with. This simple truth shapes your growth, success, and well-being. The company you keep has a powerful impact on your mindset, habits, and choices. Surround yourself with people who push you to be better, and you will rise to new heights. Humans are social creatures deeply influenced by the energy, attitudes, and behaviors around them. If you immerse yourself in a circle of people who inspire, challenge, and hold you accountable, you'll adopt their traits. These people push you beyond your comfort zone, forcing you to confront and surpass your limits. They expect more from you than you expect from yourself, and you rise to meet the challenge. Excellence becomes your standard, not just an option. On the flip side, negativity, drama, and excuses are contagious too. If you spend time with those who complain, blame others, or refuse to take responsibility, you'll absorb their mentality. Excuses become normal. Mediocrity becomes acceptable. Without realizing it, you justify inaction instead of chasing growth. Negativity weighs you down, blocking your potential. Your environment reflects your future. The people you interact with daily either fuel your progress or kill your ambition. If you spend time with those who act, solve problems, and persist through obstacles, you will start to embody those qualities. Their energy, discipline, and mindset shape your own. Watching their relentless commitment to success reinforces your belief that you can do the same. Energy is contagious. Every conversation, experience, and interaction leaves a mark on your subconscious. Choose wisely to elevate your life. First, elevate your circle. This means seeking out those who embody your values and aspirations, and cutting ties with relationships that drain or limit you. One of the most powerful ways to accelerate growth is through mentors. Mentors have already walked the path you want to follow. Their wisdom, experience, and knowledge can save you years of trial and error. A great mentor challenges your thinking, forces you to aim higher, and gives you the tools to navigate your journey. More than teaching, they hold you accountable to execute. Beyond mentorship, build relationships with people who challenge you to work harder and grow stronger. These individuals push you when you want to quit, remind you of your goals when you lose focus, and celebrate your victories with you. Their presence accelerates your transformation They call you out on excuses, push you past hesitation, and uplift you during struggles. Your success depends on the company you keep. If your inner circle consists of driven, disciplined, and forward-thinking people, you will rise to their level. If you're surrounded by negativity and complacency, your growth will stall. Audit your relationships. Identify who adds value and who drains you. Be ruthless in cutting toxic ties and intentional in building meaningful connections. Life's too short to be held back by those who refuse to grow. Your potential is limitless, but only if you position yourself in an environment that nurtures it. Choose your circle wisely. It's the foundation of your future. Elevate your relationships, and you will elevate your life. Mastering time management. Time is your most valuable resource. Every second that passes is gone forever. Yet many waste this finite asset on distractions and meaningless tasks, unaware of the irreversible loss. If you want to succeed, you must take full control of how you spend your time. Most people say they don't have enough time, but the truth is, they just don't manage it well. Time is the great equalizer. Everyone gets the same 24 hours. What separates success from failure is how those hours are used. The world's most successful people don't have more time. They simply use it better. Track your daily activities. You'll be shocked how many hours are lost to trivial tasks, unnecessary meetings, and mindless distractions. Identify these time thieves. Then, eliminate anything that doesn't serve your goals. Learn to say no to commitments that drain your energy and don't help you move forward. Stop reacting to your day. Start planning it. Create a clear, structured schedule. Don't wake up hoping to be productive. Know exactly what needs doing. Set priorities the night before. Break big goals into smaller, manageable daily tasks to ensure steady progress. And avoid overwhelm. Success isn't perfection. It's persistence and discipline. Excuses kill productivity. There will always be reasons to procrastinate, but none will get you closer to your goals. If it's important, make time for it. If not, cut it out. Every minute wasted steals from your future. The most successful don't wait for the perfect moment. They create it by using time wisely. Beware distractions. Technology is useful, but also a huge time drain. Social media, notifications, and browsing can devour hours unnoticed. Set boundaries. Limit screen time, disable unnecessary notifications, and schedule deep focus sessions. Protecting your time is one of the best habits you can build. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Commit to your schedule. Set deadlines and stick to them. Time isn't just about productivity. It's about purpose. Every moment spent working toward your goals brings you closer to your vision. When you take control of your time, you take control of your life. Productivity isn't working harder. It's working smarter. It's about knowing what matters and dedicating your time to those things. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't intelligence, luck, or talent. It's how they use their time. Your future depends on what you do with your time today. Stop making excuses. Stop wasting minutes on what doesn't matter. Prioritize, plan, and execute with precision. The clock is always ticking. Make every second count. Embrace failure. As feedback, failure isn't the opposite of success. It's an essential part of the Ujit journey. The most successful people have failed more times than most have even tried. What sets them apart is resilience, persistence, and learning from failure. Every failure carries a lesson, a chance to grow and improve. Too often, people see failure as a final judgment on their ability. In reality, failure is feedback. It shows what doesn't work, so you can find what does. The only true failure is giving up before learning the lesson. Fear of failure is often fear of judgment. Society celebrates success stories, but hides the struggles behind them. This distorts how we see success and makes failure seem rare instead of natural. The truth: failure is universal. Every inventor, entrepreneur, artist, and leader has faced setbacks. The difference is how they respond. They analyze, adapt, and keep going. Failure isn't shameful. It's proof you've taken risks and stepped outside your comfort zone. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Bouncing back builds resilience, the key to long-term success. When we accept failure, we become stronger, more adaptable, and ready for what's next. Growth happens in discomfort. Success isn't avoiding mistakes. It's learning from them. The more you fail, the more you grow. This mindset turns failures from roadblocks into stepping stones. Don't fear failure. See it as your greatest teacher. Every misstep is an opportunity to improve. Every failure teaches us something about our skills, strategies, and mindset. By refining our approach after each setback, we increase our chances of success. The key is to change how we see failure. When failure becomes a necessary step in progress, it stops discouraging us. Instead of freezing at setbacks, we can use them as fuel to push forward. The faster you fail, the faster you learn, and the faster you succeed. Progress demands persistence. Persistence demands courage. The courage to fail without losing momentum. History is full of people who turned failure into success. Take Thomas Edison. He failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. When asked about his failures, he said he didn't fail, he just found thousands of ways that didn't work. If the world's most successful people have failed countless times, why should we fear failure? Fear of failure holds many back from even trying. But those who see failure as a stepping stone to success achieve far more. Success isn't a straight path. It's full of ups and downs, setbacks, and breakthroughs. What matters is how you respond. Do you freeze, or do you adjust and move forward? Success isn't about never failing. It's about never quitting. Those who achieve great things aren't always the most talented or lucky. They're the ones who refuse to give up. They treat failure as a teacher, a vital part of the process. Keep pushing. Keep refining. Keep learning from failure. Each setback brings you closer to success, making you stronger, wiser, and more resilient. The only real failure is quitting. Everything else is progress, the moment of decision. Right now, you have a choice. You can keep waiting, hesitating, and making excuses. Or you can decide that today is the day everything changes. Today is the day you stop talking and start doing. No more waiting, no more excuses. Just action. Action is the only way to get where you want. Success doesn't come from wishing or hoping. It comes from doing. Dreams stay dreams unless backed by effort and persistence. Many people wait for the right moment, the perfect opportunity, or a sign. But waiting gets you nowhere. The only way forward is to take the first step, no matter how small. Decide today you're done waiting, doubting, and holding back. There will never be a perfect moment. Conditions will never be 100% ideal. Those who succeed don't wait for perfection. They act despite fear, uncertainty, and discomfort. They push forward even when the odds are against them. Take control of your life by taking action now. Every successful person once made the decision to start. They didn't wait for confidence. They built it through action. You don't need all the answers right now. You just need to begin. Action creates momentum. Momentum drives progress. Start small if you have to, but start. The longer you wait, the harder it gets. Procrastination doesn't just delay success, it kills it. Every day spent waiting is a day wasted. A day that could bring you closer to your goals. Don't let hesitation steal your potential. Force yourself to act. Push past excuses, doubts, and fears. Fear will always be there, but it loses power when you act anyway. Step into your power. You are capable of more than you think. You can change your life, rewrite your story, and create the future you want. But it all starts with action. Decide, right now, that you are unstoppable. Commit to showing up for yourself every single day. No matter how you feel, motivation will come and go, but discipline and action keep you moving. Success is built on consistency, not quick bursts of inspiration. Your future depends on what you do right now. The choices you make today shape the life you'll live tomorrow. There's no magic formula or shortcut, only action, persistence, and determination. So stop waiting. Stop making excuses. Start doing. Your time is now.